John Digweed.
Where were you born?
England.
How do your friends call you?
John.
Oh, only that. No Blondie, no Ginger, no nothing.
Not Colo, no.
It was the first release on Bedrock.
First release was Heaven Sent with Nick Muir himself.
Wow, and that went all overboard.
Yeah, that was the first release. I was invited to play myself in a film called Groove, and basically I had free range to choose 3 records to play in my set that were going to be used in the film. So first of all I had to find 3 records that could get clearance by all the labels and publishing and stuff like that. And Nick and myself had just finished Bedrock, Heaven Sent, and I suggested that as the last record, and that's basically how it came about. So obviously I had rights to give it clearance for the film, and yeah, it was a great placement, if there's a better word to use, but it was all organic really. It wasn't really sort of staged or anything else like that. It was just right time, right place.
What about the latest release in Bedrock?
The latest release is from a Canadian DJ called Just Be and a Hungarian producer called Nordby. It's called Different Places. So that's only just come out last weekend.
You know, with all the noise and all the information, how do you still get your music?
Various sources, obviously. A lot of producers that are making music that maybe want to get it signed to the label. Yeah, producer DJs that want it just me to play it, and also me getting promos and stuff from record labels, and also going on to sites like Beatport and just having us mooch about and finding a few different tracks as well. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of avenues that music comes to me, but you still have to sit there and listen to it all. Doesn't matter who sent it to you. If it's a great record, it's good, but if it's shit, it's still shit. It doesn't matter who it is, so you have to weed through a lot of rubbish these days to find the ones that you like.
You know, what does surprise you during your sets here in Argentina?
Nothing surprises me in the fact that I always know I'm going to have a good time when I come to Argentina, but what I enjoy most and what is for me the best thing about it is I've been coming here for 20 years, and it's the same now as it was 20 years ago, where people love the music. They really go out, have a good time. They really listen. They're not, I'm not a showboat DJ. I'm not up there dancing around or orchestrating madness with my hands or with my actions. It's all coming through the speakers. So I'm pretty motionless for the entire time I play, apart from that hand clap at the end. So, I'm relying on the music to get the rewards. So if people are enjoying what I'm doing, they react in a way which is unbelievable. And what I like about Argentina is, the crowd. Yes, they have all DJs from different genres, but the reaction I get is still the same 20 years on, and the crowd, it's not like I'm playing to the crowd that I first played to 20 years ago. I'm not playing to a bunch of 40-year-olds. I'm still playing to 18 to 30 plus, and there's young people in there having the same great time that 20 years ago the 18 to 20-year-olds were having then. So what I really love about that is just the fact that people just appreciate really good music down here. They're listening rather than just watching.
How you define your own style today, 2022?
I mean, I play a bit of everything, so I don't want to be put in a box, and I think the problem is that once you get put in a box, as I was in the 90s with being progressive house, you never get out of that box. So I don't even want to talk about music styles. If it's good, I'll play it. I think it's very easy for journalists to just go, oh, he's this DJ or he's that DJ. But if you listen to me in Las Malafas or at Mandarin Park on Friday, completely different genres going through from start to finish on both sets. So, it wouldn't be a house, it wouldn't be techno, it wouldn't be progressive, it would be, good records. That's what I'd say.
Okay, and the last one, for example, since Northern Exposure, how, seeing in the different, after so many years that you've been separated, just to call it like that, with Sasha, how do you think? Did you think what happened? In your mind, just when you stopped doing it, then you came back, and now in 2022, what's your memories of Northern Exposure?
Well, we still, we just did a show in Mexico in January, and we did some amazing dates in the States in September last year, and we've got some US shows coming up in May this year as well. So we're not playing as much as we used to, but when we do play, it's more special. As for the album and stuff like that, I mean, no one could have kind of foreseen, when you do something like Northern Exposure, because at the time, it got slated by a lot of magazines. People didn't understand it, they didn't really get what we were trying to do. And even DJ Magazine gave it 0 out of 10. And there we are, sort of, nearly coming up to 30 years from it being released, and people still saying it's one of the best albums out there. I'm saying that. So, it gets, really highly rated in a lot of magazines and a lot of polls. So, sometimes it just proves that if you do something you believe in, you're not making it for someone else, then hopefully it'll come good, later on when people kind of come around and listen to it more than once and just judge it with a sort of off the cuff listen rather than listening to it how it should have been listened.
So if I could still call you the king of progressive, you'll hate me?
Yes.
But you won't kill me?
No,
okay.
No.